Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Wait, that 380. Hey, watch the slant.
Now the leading rusher for the pass last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Brady gives to Michel. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards. First down, Patriots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 46-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Wait 20. Go. Jim.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Following the penalty, Michel. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog.
Big stop, G.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Michel running right. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 26.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
What we got? No, 66. Hey, go 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Wait, set. Fly, 20. 56. What's the run? They're running, man. Alert.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Has a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check it back, check it back.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton, blitz coming, and down he goes. Mike Bennett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
44.
Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go, boys. Bring it out.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stop your whining.
On the ground is Michel. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 18. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And they will run it with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And an alley to run. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New England.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On the ground, this is Michel. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch the line. 25, check 25.
They'll run with Michelle. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey, dude.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got his man. That's Harry. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it. This is Michelle. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And it is now 21-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the catch good, it's Eifert. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Let's go. Check, 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 check. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You go.
Pilot, 64, weak.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check, check, check.
X3, 218, chopper.
Right there, 54 Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Hey, 66. 72.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And Dalton to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Michelle. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gostkowski with the extra point. And it is 28-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Wait, 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Michelle. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
From the 44, Brady under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Evans. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brady to throw. This one to Foster Moreau, the rookie from LSU. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need it. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now, 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, Michelle, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 39 yards there, a big one.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Dalton now to pass. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the ground, Michelle, and an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 60 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jannard Avery. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Joe Mixon. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. you might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off, and the ball is knocked out, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Dalton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Here's Dalton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lawrence Guy, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So this